Hi guys, and welcome back to another DrAce video, and today we're going to be playing Monster Energy Supercross 4. We're here at Oakland Alameda Coliseum for round 2 of the Futures part of the career mode, right here in Oakland.
As you can hear from the cheers, there is no doubt about who is the crowd favorite. Will that be too much pressure or the motivation needed to get the win?
So here we are, starting in pole position, qualifying went extremely well. Can we get the dream start? As the grid drops now, it's a brilliant start. Can we get up at the inside and hang in there for the whole shot of turn 1? Beautifully started off so far. Great stuff so far. I'm really pleased with that one. Really happy. This track gave me a couple of trouble, more so towards the end of the lap. After, just before the tabletop section, or after it as well. It's a little bit of a difficult one, this one. Probably the most hardest track I had to face in Monster Energy Supercross 4 as of yet. Of course, Anaheim 1 went pretty well. We managed to get onto the podium. Hopefully we can replicate that here today, or even go one better and an even tougher track right here in Oakland, California. Now, this is still part of the Futures career mode, and funnily enough, it only says round 2 of 3, so I don't know if you're expected to win a championship within 3 rounds. So currently, as it stands, we are currently in 3rd place, of course, because we finished in 3rd place last time out, and that was the very first Grand Prix that we did. And of course, here today, if wherever I finished, we're going to be fighting for that championship position, because of course, with it only being a 3 rounds, or a 3-round sprint, let's say, we're going to have to be pretty much good there as we completely butcher up this part of the track, completely mess it up. It is such a difficult part of this track, this. Really difficult. We went from 1st place down to 5th in a matter of seconds, just because I completely made a hash of that one and completely ruined the flow. Of course, the flow was a big part in the live stream that I did, and of course it's a big part of the video series I'm doing of the career mode in Monster Energy Supercross 4. Really great game. This one gave me a lot of trouble, as I said earlier, but I'm really still enjoying it. One thing I will mention is the AI is extremely aggressive, and I mean really aggressive. And I don't think that's because the AI is programmed to be aggressive. I think it's a case that the AI is programmed for one path and one path only. So when you're in that path of the rider, of the AI, they'll tend to just push past you, just to use everything they've got and pretend you're not even there. And there's quite a lot of instances where you're going for the same piece of dirt and the other riders want to do it as well, so they jump into you and don't even batter an eyelid. They completely bump into you. And honestly, this one took a couple of restarts actually, because I kept getting bogged down and the riders just kept bumping me and were just so aggressive to the point where I was like, what the hell's the even point of playing this at now? I was really disappointed in this one. Maybe it's the track, I'm not too sure. But there was quite a lot of incidents. Unless I was on my own and I was safe around no other riders, I could do good laps, I could focus in on it. But then when it got a little bit of some sort of battle, some sort of argy-bargy was to be played, things just went sour and really quickly. And I was really surprised by it, because I didn't see too much in the live stream that I did. Now, there was a bit of sort of arguing and bargy-bargy on board the tracks, but not to this degree. I had some terrible luck when I was racing this for the recording, and there was some absolute pain in the bottom moments, let me tell you. I was getting really frustrated, let me tell you. Certainly not to the point of any effing and jeffing, but I was still rather a little bit miffed, let's say. So we're doing alright for this one, though. We're not getting bogged down, we're trying to follow the lines. Difficult corner to get right, this particular part, because you can't seem to get enough speed on the 250 to make that next jump. So you can take a very shorter, sort of tighter line to then make the jump by going down the decline and then up into the incline and then jumping. So it's difficult to then do your own lines, because if the riders of the AI don't want you to do that other line, they'll just bump into you. They won't sort of take an evasive action if you're to go around you. Where I think MXGP does that a little bit better. Where here in Monster Energy, not so much. They would rather just bump into you. Now, Ride 4, we play a lot of Ride 4, of course, on this channel. We've done many videos, because I absolutely adore that game. And the AI seems to be great. And as you can see, we're getting pushed already from Jay Kettner there to our left of us. We are up into 2nd place, which is a pretty good stuff for me right now. I was really struggling with this track, especially in the practice and the qualifying. And then finally I managed to hold in there and managed to take qualifying position number 1, pole position for everyone else. So yeah, we'd managed to get the ultimate prize in pole position. However, this one has a it has a difficult one, because in Monster Energy Supercross 4, as I've just been absolutely bumped there. Oh, I'm getting bumped again. No, getting into the left-hander. as we go over the tabletop section now, getting away from the riders behind. We have to stay out of trouble in this one. But comparing this game once again to MXGP 2020, this is of course going to happen quite a few times on this channel, I do believe. The MXGP qualifying, for some strange reason, is extremely difficult. You have to have the perfect lap to get anywhere near, just a sniff of the pole position. It just does not happen. But here on Monster Energy Supercross 4, you can get pole position relatively easy without doing too much work. But when the race comes, that's when it becomes extremely difficult to fight. So I don't know what style I prefer, because I know MotoGP 20 is rather similar. In some instances, the AI can be absolutely unbelievable in qualifying, and then get nowhere near those times when it actually comes down to push comes to shove. So, not sure really what they tend to do here with milestone games, but that's something to make mention to, of course. But nonetheless, I mentioned this previously, and I'll mention this again here. Monster Energy Supercross 4 is a great game, and I am really enjoying it. Of course, I am playing this on PC, playing it in 4K for the recordings. Absolutely great, honestly. I really love it. I think it's absolutely wonderful. But the AI in this one bugged me. So after that little bit of a moment, we can get back to the commentary action, as I've completely messed my lines up again there. Trying to rectify as someone went underneath me there. That was very brave. I think that was either Ketson or Matson. It's a little bit difficult to find out. In fact, Kettner's a little bit further behind now. It's Matson who is getting involved. And even Roscon is going to be coming sooner or later. But just take a look at the graphic in the bottom left-hand corner of your screen there, and you will see quite a lot of riders coming down to take away the second place position from the rookie, the young man from Warrington, England. Of course, that is me, if you didn't know. DrAce does actually have a name, and I didn't really want to just put the name as Doctor and Ace, because I think it looks really, really bad. And it kind of takes away from the immersion of it being a real Grand Prix. Of course, I'm not a real commentator, but I like to feel like one sometimes, you know? And I'm sure you guys like to feel like you're watching a real race, so that's why I tend to try and do the proper commentary, etc, etc. So of course, once more, I just want to say as well, just a big thank you again for everyone who supported this channel, who has subscribed and helped me reach 1,000 subscribers. I won't keep going on about it, but I just wanted to share my gratitude once more, because I am extremely excited for the opportunities of this channel. This is becoming more and more bigger, and we're getting out more of happy and developed community, and I'm very much enjoying it. So once more, thank you very much. And now back to the action. So 7.5 minutes remain of this session, which of course is race 1 and only 1. Unlike MXGP, there will be no double races, so in case you didn't know that. Well, also, we didn't do the heat or the last chance qualifier for the sake of the career mode. I thought that would be a little bit too long. If you did want to see the heat races and the last chance qualifying, then you'd probably have to let me know. But to be honest with you, I think I'll keep it the way it is at the minute, because the video length is a nice length, and then I can still process it in 4K and have it done for Monday's uploads. Now, a few days ago, I actually almost had to change the upload for World Endurance League Round 5. YouTube had a bit of an issue, or at least I think I had an issue on my behalf, where I just could not upload it for Toffee. It was going really slowly. It was on 31% for about hours and hours, and I was really frustrated, but it's absolutely fine now, so we shouldn't have to change anything. So bearing in mind, just a quick one as well, tonight at 8 PM GMT, the MotoGP recap race will be live, so you'll be able to see my opinions on the race that we had on Sunday. Fingers crossed it's going to be a good one, so of course I am speaking in the past here, so bear that in mind. I cannot wait for it. I'll be watching qualifying later, so fingers crossed everyone does alright and we have some cracking races. But we still do manage to hold on to second place with 6.5 minutes remaining. I'm doing pretty well here, actually. I don't think this particular track and this race of this recording is doing my ability any justice, and I would say it's making me look better than what I usually am, because although it's still not great because I'm not in the lead, of course, but I'm still hanging in there for second place and setting decent lap times. But the other recordings I had, it was just, oh, it was tough. It was not so much my performance, it was just the AI was just unbelievably aggressive. They were knocking me over, or just pushing me wide, or even spinning me around. I think that even happened in the live stream where I just got span around a 360. So I don't really want that to happen again, let me tell you. As Matson goes up on the inside of me there, the number 885. But on the tabletop section, as you can see, we are extremely quick. I did manage to upgrade the bike a little bit more, not fully. It still needs a bit more and a few more sort of adaptations to it to make this bike absolutely brilliant. Of course, this is the 250 Yamaha. Really, oh, messed that corner up there. Got to be careful when you're going into those berms. You don't want to be turning the bike too early, because you'll have something like that happen, where the bike sort of snaps on you. You don't want that. It's not great for the ride, and it's certainly not good for the motorcycle. So go into another left-hander here, go up the hill, and just use a little bit of acceleration, and a little bit of acceleration to get into the declines, and that helps you get a quicker lap time ultimately. Of course, 1.11 seconds there, so 1.11, not great, especially since the best time was 1.9445, which was set earlier on in this Grand Prix. But so far, we're holding our own here in the main event, I'm pleased to say. 8.5 seconds to Broadby though, so absolutely nowhere near old Broadbeans. Well, maybe in the future we'll get there, but right now, oh, completely messed that corner. Well, got absolutely clattered from the top of me. Was that Blazer who absolutely bopped me there? Oh my goodness, and just like that, one corner, down to 5th place. We have to fight back. We have to get back into the thick of things and chase down old Blazer and Navarra. Not good, that. That's exactly what I was talking about with the sense of the aggression. Oh my goodness, looks like Wraxham was going to fall off his motorcycle there. Didn't see what bike he was on. It was difficult to see, but he almost fell off it. Because Blazer is ahead of us. Navarra. I really don't want to lose the podium position. At the very least, I'll settle for 3rd place. I mean, I guess if I have no choice to, I'll settle for 4th. But we have to think about the championship, especially when it's only a 3-round Grand Prix season. It doesn't make sense to try and go too crazy and end up completely messing this race up. So I'll have to pay attention to that one. So we get a beautiful jump there. We nailed that one quite well. But the game was a little bit harsh. It said not bad. I did feel that was more of a good going on to very good. But game says otherwise, of course. Big jump here. Going to dive up on the inside, hit Blazer. Oh my goodness, not ideal. There's Navarra, got ahead of us there. Nice big jump. As we'll take the shorter line here. A little bit drop. Use full acceleration. Blazer's back there again, the 563. He's giving it everything he's got. We're going to push back on the analog sticks here over the tabletop section. Big jump. Push down onto the decline. Oh, got a little bit up inside there. Whoa, we completely messed this one up. Yep, we completely messed that up. Oh, sharp intake of breath is all that was needed. Oh, the mistake. That is a huge mistake. Getting involved and just trying to fight too much has caused us massive amount of time. We're now down to 6th place. Well, jumped up the inside of him to get 5th place. Back up the inside of Gregor. We've got Joseph ahead of us there as well. Dive up in the inside of him. A bit of a classic block pass there, denying him any position to get through. But there he is again, trying to go around the outside. As we don't allow that, we push him wide again. Battling all the time for 4th place. We lost 4 seconds on that lap, ladies and gentlemen. That's how massive losing that flow was. And then fighting with the pack. You cannot get yourself bogged down with these guys because they bring you down to their level, stomp you, and just absolutely batter you. We cannot do that. They're like wolves chasing a deer. We don't need it. Not today. There's Blazers there, going to go for the shorter line. Big jump to try and get into the decline there. Excellently done so far. Really happy with that part. We don't need any flow aid. I clicked that on the other day because there's an achievement relating to the flow aid. And all it does is just show you which lines to take. That's it. That's all it does. So there is an achievement for that. I think I did that. I don't even know if I did it or not. I basically turned it on. I thought it was now. I'll figure it out myself. I'll crack on and I'll just do it right at some point. As we're now going for the left-hander. Blazer's just a bit ahead. Nice. Oh, nice section that. If you get that first bit right, then you're not too bad. Because Blazer is only 0.8 of a second ahead of us. He's not that far ahead. There's no reason we can't catch him up. The old choice of outer clothing for the top of the body. The Blazer. Very posh occasion. You have to wear a blazer, isn't it? And of course, Blazer is in 3rd place right now. I don't see Mr. Wolf. Now, Mr. Wolf, I think his name, Wolfie, or Thomas Wolf, I think his name was. He was in 1st place last time in this Grand Prix, or at least round 1 of the Grand Prix. And I don't see his name anywhere. Which is, of course, a terrific sign for us, because we don't need to stress too much about getting onto the podium positions. Because if he is nowhere in this Grand Prix right now, then maybe we can settle for 4th place. Because he was our closest championship rider. He actually won that Grand Prix, and I think there was someone else above us. But again, I don't recognise the name either. So I think we could be in pretty good stead here to even take the red plate. My maths are not fully up to date because I don't know what and where positions everyone finished. All I know is I finished third and Mr. Wolf finished in number 1. So we'll see after this particular round, see where we'll be. But hopefully I'll have the red plate for next time's race. And I do believe that is in Arlington, Texas. And I do remember going extremely well in Arlington, Texas in the live stream. That's the one where Joe donated, actually. Shout out to him. So keep an eye out for that one. We'll go to America. Well, we're all in America, of course, but we'll go across America, should I say. Go down to Arlington, Texas, and see how we get on. So the sound has gone off. The hooter has hooted, of course. And that means there's just 2 laps for us to chase down Mr. Blazer. Going to give it everything we've got now because I'd really like to get onto the podium. We've got a nice, somewhat a nice gap ahead of Joseph. It's not too much, but if he does get past us, we're pretty much settled for a 5th place. So I need to play it smart here. I shouldn't probably go too crazy about chasing Blazer down. And to be honest with you, I think I've just lost the toe to Blazer. And yeah, I've just lost 5th place to Joseph as well. So we're now in, sorry, I lost 4th place, we're into 5th place, but now back up to 4th place because I've just bumped him wide. He could have another lunge here, but he doesn't take it. Get a nice jump here to make sure we don't follow into the footsteps that we went earlier, which is just bumping straight down and then letting all the riders pass us. Not bad. We got the final lap to contend with now, ladies and gentlemen. This lap is going to be a decent one. It's not going to be enough, but it's a 1:11, 2 seconds slower, but that's the massive difference you'd make when you make a mistake in the flow aid or the flow of the track. Got to get better at this game. I really love it and I just want to get better, but it's just hard to manage and get better as well with all the other content I'm doing currently. So give me time. I will promise I will get there and I'll become better at this game. Probably not to the level of like doing rig guides and stuff. Oh my goodness, Joseph must have made a mistake. Joseph's lost 5th. He's fighting back for 5th, but that's pretty much yeah, I think we're happy with that one. He succumbed to 6th place, so we should be quite alright and just hang on now for 4th place. We're not going to finish on the podium, but you know what? I'm absolutely fine and dandy with it. It does not matter to me. We need the championship. That's all that matters. That's all we're going to focus on. We've got a couple more corners left to do. We've navigated probably the most hardest part of the track, so we should be absolutely fine now. As we go over this big jump. Excellently done. Excellently done. Over a bit again. Next. Yes. Yeah, we're alright now. We're going to be alright. Final lap. So, I can't remember who wins this race, but Navarra's 2nd, Blazer 3rd. Oh, it's Broadby, isn't it? Broadby wins, and Grant comes in 4th place. So here are the final standings of round 2, right here in Oakland, California. Hayden Broadby wins, Carlos Navarra and Donald Blazer finish up your podium positions, with Matt Grant just on the outside at 4th place. So a quick look at the championship standings. Yes, I was correct. Matt Grant is now into the championship lead. Carlos Navarra takes 2nd, and Hayden Broadby is 3rd place. So guys, as always, thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did enjoy, please like, comment and subscribe. And upon that note, guys, thanks for watching, and I will see you next time. Ciao for now. Oh hi, didn't quite see you there. Good to see you're still here. If this video didn't quite sate your appetite, then why not watch some more DrAce content by clicking the video shown on screen now. Furthermore, if you would like to follow me on social media, you can do so now with the links down in the description. Consider subscribing so you don't miss a single DrAce video.